My name's Abby Everingham. I'm a real estate agent here in Calgary and surrounding area. Been in the business for 2.5 years now and sold just under 100 houses. With Greater Property Group, I genuinely believe Calgary is the best place in the world. A little bit biased, but it is a great place to invest.
Tell us why Calgary is a good place to be investing in.
Okay, so Calgary has a one-up on a lot of these other cities around Canada for a couple reasons. One, I love the size of it. It's not too big, not too small, it's not overcrowded. Max you're driving is half an hour from one side of the city to the other, and it's clean. Where our skyscraper is one skyscraper opposed to all throughout the city, so we have a really nice downtown view. We have the best taxes in Canada, we have great wages, so much job opportunity here, and affordability. Our houses are like half the prices opposed to the other major cities like Vancouver and Toronto. Love ya, but your prices are a little bit high. You're an hour away from the mountains, so going to the mountains, even if you've lived here your whole entire life, it can be such a debriefer. It feels like you're in a completely different place, whether you like hiking in the summer, snowboarding, canoeing, we have it all. And on the other side, we have a little place called Drumheller. It's basically the Grand Canyon. It looks like it anyways, and we have the dinosaur museum there with full dinosaur bones and all of that good stuff. Calgary just has a lot to offer, and I love it here.
The region of Alberta.
Yeah.
That is where it helps because of our tax bracket, because we're at the lowest tax bracket within Canada. Is it a good market right now to be buying? Because I know that listings are very low.
Mm-hmm. So right now, as of March 2023, I don't know when you're gonna upload this, we have the lowest inventory in Calgary that we've had since 2006. So even from last March to this March, last March we had 48% more listings than we do right now. So almost double the inventory on the market than right now. So what we're seeing is when something does get put up on the market, it is going very quick, and we are seeing more bidding wars these past couple months than we have in a really long time, more than like the past 12 months. With that being said, there is a lot of opportunity, and I'd say more than half of people that are buying in Calgary right now are investors, because they're trying to take advantage of the scarcity that a lot of people have, and a lot of people are staying away from the real estate market because of the unknown and the high interest rates. So people are scooping up properties, and you can really, if the property has high days on market, get a really good deal. Personally, I think it's a great time to invest. I think Calgary as a whole is always going to continue to, over time, like every decade, the historical line of house prices everywhere is always upwards. But I think Calgary specifically, we've seen more people moving here and buying here than ever, and I think that will continue to happen just because of how much affordability we have here.
And which area do you recommend to be looking?
So it depends what you're looking for. Like, if it's a person by person, if you're looking for a personal property, and you kind of want to stick around like a $500,000 to $700,000 budget, you can get a really, really nice house if you go to like the outskirts of Calgary. You can get most for your dollar there, and again, like the max you're driving is typically like half an hour anywhere in Calgary, so it's not that bad. The closer you get to downtown for house prices, you are going to start to pay more, so that's something to consider if you're specifically looking for investments. Anything outer downtowns, mostly like where the northwest and southwest combine, that's a really high appreciation community around there. If you're looking for Airbnb, you want to be downtown. Rentals, if you're looking for a long-term rental, you can really find a good property anywhere. It's just what you purchase the price at that's going to determine if you're like cash flowing and how quickly you pay it off. But it's all price point with that one. You can find a good long-term rental anywhere.
So what do you recommend to get an investment property or personal property at the moment?
Well, it depends on your specific needs. Like some people, like they can't afford both, and if they don't get a personal property, they're not gonna have a place to live, right?
Correct.
If you do have the option, if say you're younger and like you don't have the responsibilities of like providing like for your family, and you can like stay with like your parents or something like that, getting an investment property, getting some cash flow going and building some equity is always like a great way to go. But if you are gonna get a personal residence, I always look at like it as an investment property as well, in the sense of the community's appreciation, like long 10, 20 years from now, how much upgrading is gonna happen and all of that good stuff.
Which area would you recommend personally? Because like
that's like asking someone like their favorite color, you know?
It is exactly. So like, what's your favorite area in the city?
Are obviously like the bougie ones with the $1 million houses. I like Bel Air, Britannia. But investment, you can get a good investment property anywhere. Like, and again, personal property, it depends your budget and all of that.
So what about outside investors? What do you recommend for them? Investors that are coming out of Toronto, investors that are coming out of Vancouver. There's a lot of them now, right? Before there used to be more Calgarians and we had a lot more listings. How is the market because of them? The market has changed, right? Because they're buying a lot more.
Yeah.
Which is good, but also bad because now we are less of inventory.
Like, yeah, the investors do bring more demand to properties. They did implement a new law as of January 1st that out of country you can't buy for 2 years in Canada. But the low inventories all across Canada, it's not just in Calgary. It's because of just what's going on in the economy. Obviously, with investors moving here, that's like what's bringing up Calgary's appreciation, because it's also bringing businesses here and expanding the city.
I think the tourism side of the city is growing pretty much too, right? Like, like you're getting the new BMO Center. I got to know that from her. I didn't even know that. She told me about it. What are some of the tips that you would give out to people when they're looking for a property?
If you're in a bidding war, come in at a price point that you would be okay if you didn't win the house, if you like didn't spend it like a little bit more. Like, a lot of the time, like, I'll see someone come in a bidding war, like 30 grand under ask when there's 5 other offers on the property, and then when in reality they probably would have gone up higher, but then they lose out on the property and kind of kick themselves for that. So if you're just starting in the market, that's something to take note of.
And there's a lot of bidding war right now.
Yeah, there is a lot of bidding wars right now. If you do want to throw a lower offer in on a property that's been sitting on the market, or you can even do this in a bidding war, maybe try and write like a little letter to the seller and make it a little bit more personalized, so when they look at the offer, it's not just numbers and they kind of see like a situation and a face behind it, being like, maybe this is my first property, I absolutely fell in love with your house, I really hope you consider our offer, thank you for letting us view. Something like that, just short and sweet. It can really help you with the negotiation because they'll feel some connection towards you. What else? Find yourself a good realtor. Yeah, as long as you do those, you should be good.
The Airbnb side of things, is it worth it to buy it and then put it on Airbnb, or is it worth it to buy as a long term?
It depends what you're looking for. Like, I would say if you're looking for quick cash, Airbnb's a better route to go because you can make a lot of money quickly with it. But if you're thinking about long-term, like retirement, if you get like a detached house with a basement suite and rent it the top and bottom, you can cash flow nicely there. Not as much as Airbnb, but it will pay itself off, and then that amount's gonna be straight profit, and like there's not gonna be condo fees that are gonna raise. And also detached lots always appreciate substantially more than condos, which with Airbnb you're most likely gonna be looking at condos because you're gonna want to be downtown. Last thing to like know is, yeah, Calgary has a lot of new things coming, like the Green Line, which is another 48 kilometers of transit. The Red Line's 52 kilometers. It's the biggest infrastructure that Calgary has paid for. It's a $5 billion project. The BMO Center, like, it's coming up, so we're gonna have a new concert hall and convention center, so that'll be good. We're also getting a new mall out by Springbank, which I think is a $750 million project. It's gonna be a more high-end mall, so that's exciting too. Calgary has a lot of really big, exciting things coming up.
Look at that. I didn't even know half the things she just mentioned. This is freaking interesting. I didn't know our city's growing that much, but it is. You know, like, you got to look at it from a different point of view. Like, we live our day-to-day lives that are living in Calgary. We don't really know of the new and upcoming things within Calgary.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to know that from you.